Excellent. Hi. Oh, that is so good. Welcome. Good afternoon. It is Wednesday. Is it? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. And I'm jumping on the live really just to talk about this class that I have starting next week because I've been madly putting good things together for it today, and I just added some more recipes. There's a poll in my stories today. I'm trying to find out what kind of recipe would people like to help support them, and that is something that they would reach for. See, we're starting Eating with the Seasons the next season, next Tuesday. So it's 6 weeks. We're gathering on Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. If you can't join us live, you can catch the show afterwards. And yeah, it's a show. It's part comedy, for sure. Does it surprise you to know that I have a theater background? Probably not. So yeah, so we're starting next Tuesday, so you can register until Tuesday and join us last minute if you want. We are halfway full, so once it's capped at 25, we're actually more than halfway full. Once we're capped at 25, that's it, doors close. But this is the kind of class that if you're not sure where to start, this is a really good place to start. If you've been really curious about how holistic nutrition can be of service to you, or what is this business of real food, or you have some health stuff on the go and you're being recommended all kinds of perhaps medications and supplements, but you don't really get what the food piece does. Do you know what the food piece does? All of the things. Yeah, food can support you in all of the ways, because if you think about this, up until 2 generations ago, and I'm in my late 40s, 48, just turned, you're welcome. Yes, I'm a Pisces. But anyway, everybody until 2 generations ago lived with food. And food was their main source of getting their nutrients. And people didn't really change how you ate. You kind of tended to eat very similar to how your parents did, your grandparents did, your aunts and uncles. And, 2-3 generations ago, that shifted massively, right? We're now traveling farther away from where we grew up. We've drastically changed. My grandmother would go through, I was at a big grocery store on the weekend. I was like, what would my grandmother think if she were still alive walking through the grocery stores with me right now? I think she'd think, you have it made. You never need to cook a thing. That is all I did in my life. Lucky, lucky you. Perhaps lucky, lucky me, but also, how come there's so much discomfort, dis-ease going on these days? How come there's so much anxiety? How come there is so much that feels like we're being told all of the rules by everybody all the time, and the rules are different depending who you talk to? Why is that? And how confusing is it? Are you in the midst of trying to figure out what your personal rules are? They're kind of universal for all of the humans. I'm going to tell you when it comes to food. Eat real food and then bless it and get on with it. Eat real food as much as you can, I suppose, and then just bless it and get on with it. Honestly, that is the only rule that is going to apply to everybody, and that should really be your driving force. And there's 18,000 things to unpack in there, sure, but just look at real food. And that is what I propose we're going to do in this Eating with the Seasons course. So it's 6 weeks. It starts next Tuesday. This season, we're focusing on the liver. So especially if you have liver stuff, especially if you're like, I was thinking of doing a detox, you should join us, because I'm going to tell you why I am against detox. That is war talk. Are we done the war talk already? Like, let that go. Move into the new. Move into the calm. Move into abundance. We are actually living in a time of abundance. And I truly think we would be well served to live according to the energetics and the sort of rules, if you will, of what's happening that we can't even measure, that we don't know how to measure. My grandmother would think I'm the luckiest girl alive and that I am exactly what she dreamed up. All of my great-grandmothers would. All of my great-grandfathers would. Pretty sure they would all say, oh, there you are. We were hoping for you one day. So we are the end result of our ancestors' greatest wishes. Now, you're not separate from them, though. And you get to live in a lineup of people behind you and hopefully people ahead of you. And if you don't have children, it doesn't mean there's nobody ahead of you. Energetically, you're linked in some ways that we can't measure to everybody who's ever been in your family tree. And do you know that it took like 4,000 couples, 4,000 people to come together over 12 generations to make you? So even if you don't have children or you don't plan to have children, you still have a say in what's happening with the ancestors behind you and ahead of you. Because we're all linked. You can't tell me we're not linked. So the work that I'm proposing in here is to support the liver, support the gallbladder, because when you support the liver, you're also supporting the gallbladder because they're besties. And the other corresponding organ for this season of spring is eyes. So if you find yourself wondering, let's look after our liver. Do I need to do some liver work, Luca? Yeah, everybody does. And right now is the perfect season to actually start focusing on that. And this is the secret that I propose. Pick one thing for this season and focus on that one thing. What kind of pieces can you put in place for that? Because overwhelm starts to build very quickly when you say, oh, and I should do that. Oh, and I should probably, and now I should. Oh, and I remember hearing about that, and I could. Does that not make you a little bit wild? Pick one thing. Bring the one thing in. And I'm proposing looking after the liver, the gallbladder, the eyes. It's all the same work. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. Because being human is at the core of everything that I do, and nourishing humans. We're not doing detoxes. We're not doing something short term. We're shifting things long term. It's a lifestyle thing. I hate that word, but it's a lifestyle thing. So if this resonates with you, come join us. We start on Tuesday. I think it's a very affordable price. I hope it is. If the $120 cost is too high for you, let me know. If that's holding you back, oh, for bleep's sake, don't let that hold you back. Send me a message and let's chat it out and figure it out, okay? Because real food needs to be accessible to everybody. I stick around at the end of all of these talks and I answer all the questions that come. So if you've been on the fence wondering if you wanted to work with me or not, if you want to enlist the help of a holistic nutrition professional, then come to this class. This is the affordable way to do it without having to do a full booking in and working with me for a number of months. There is a method to my madness, friends. Come join. Okay, we start on Tuesday. The link is in the profile. If you have any questions about it, I invite you to either put in a question below or hit me up with a private message. And let's chat about it. Let's get you set up because, yeah, this is going to be a delicious one. We're talking about the foods available in spring. We've got lots of recipes, practical ways to move through the season, how to support the liver, how to support the gallbladder, and whether to detox or not. Take one guess what my answer is going to be on that one. I go against the grain of what everyone else is telling you. I'm so sorry, but I'm just going to support you. And there's nobody telling me what are the things I need to say. I'm only going to tell you the truth. And I'm going to dig deep until I find the truth. And when it doesn't sit well with me, I'm going to dig some more. Because that's what I do. Okay. Hit me up if you have questions. Bye.